Have you ever seen a person discipline a child and you thought to yourself, this is wrong or this is right? Was it because of the approach used in correcting the child? You might have a point. Disciplining a child is important to a child's development. It teaches them right and wrong, projects good values, helps them to create healthy boundaries, and teaches them social responsibility. While correcting a child is a positive thing for the child and society, children are often abused in the process as a result of the approach used or the intention of the person correcting the child. This is a major reason why approach to discipline is a controversial subject globally, especially when it involves physical punishment, also termed corporal punishment. Corporal punishment is the inflicting of physical pain on an individual as a form of discipline for misconduct. It comes in the form of kicking, slapping, flogging, starving, and many more. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child considers corporal punishment to be cruel and degrading. It is also said to impede on the rights of a child. These rights include the right to dignity and integrity, the right to freedom from torture and degrading treatment, the right to health and well-being. Other arguments against the use of corporal punishment includes it continues the vicious cycle of abuse, it provides justification for unnecessary aggression on children, it results in antisocial behavior in children, anxiety and shame, depression in adulthood, and it also affects the quality of adult-child relationship. Arguments in favor of corporal punishment are: it teaches children to respect authority, rules, and regulations. It produces immediate results by decreasing negative behavior. It teaches children that there are consequences for misconduct, and hence it teaches them self-discipline. Various countries around the world have prohibited the use of corporal punishment in all settings. Some of these countries include Finland, France, Peru, Ukraine, Romania, and Venezuela. In Africa, quite a number of countries have also banned corporal punishment in all settings. A few of them include Zambia, Mauritius, South Africa, Guinea, and South Sudan. But has banning corporal punishment been helpful to these countries, and should Nigeria follow in their footsteps? Let's look at Zambia, for example. Zambia celebrates being one of the few African countries to ban corporal punishment in all settings. This journey started in the 90s and early 2000s with lots of uprising against harsh punishment of children and the need for the country to align itself with the United Nations Convention in respecting the rights of children. In 2003, Zambia amended Section 12 of its Educational Act to prohibit the use of corporal punishment in schools. This move empowered parents and teachers to take legal actions wherever and whenever harsh physical punishments were meted on children. It also made teachers more cautious of how they discipline children for fear of being imprisoned or losing their jobs. In 2022, Zambia moved a step further and banned corporal punishment in all settings by enacting a comprehensive Children's Code Act, of which number 12 states, a person shall not impose corporal punishment as a form of punishment on a child. A move like this ensures that children have a safer and healthy environment to develop and thrive. However, studies have noted spikes in students' indiscipline in Zambian schools, which seem like a similar trend in the few African countries that have also banned corporal punishment in all settings. Sadly, not many teachers are competent in administering alternative forms of punishment that are less aggressive, and therefore they could have little faith in them. But this shouldn't be a justification to continue the use of corporal punishment, given that students' indiscipline is also rampant in countries that still use corporal punishment on children. More studies are needed to help us evaluate if banning corporal punishment and encouraging alternative methods have been beneficial to Zambian children and their society at large. But for now, banning corporal punishment seems like a good move in Zambia. More so, it makes adults more intentional in their approach to discipline. While Zambia seems progressive in their children's rights laws and its implementation, Nigeria widely accepts and uses corporal punishment in almost all settings. The Bible is often used as a justification for it, with people citing, "Spare the rod and spoil the child." The use of corporal punishment has exposed many Nigerian children to some of the worst cases of abuse, and they are littered all over the internet. Although Nigeria's Child's Rights Act of 2003, especially number 11, prohibits torture, inhumane and degrading treatment of children, the country often struggles with inconsistencies in the effective implementation of policies. Secondly, the Child Rights Act does not explicitly prohibit corporal punishment. The above law could have many interpretations of what torture, inhumane and degrading treatments are. Timitope frames the situation of Nigeria in these words: corporal punishment of the child in school, at home, and as sanction for children in conflict with the law are rarely considered as human rights issues, but viewed more as enforcement of cultural and moral value necessary for maintenance of law and order and the moral upbringing of the child in the society. In 2022, UNICEF estimated that 85% of Nigerian children within the age range of 1 to 14 experience harsh punishment in schools, while 1 in 3 children experience severe form of discipline. This is disturbing and puts to question the country's integrity in looking after its vulnerable population. Although discipline is beneficial to the child and society, there are valid reasons why there should be some form of regulation to discipline, especially when it involves physical punishment. Nobody should have explicit right to impose harsh physical punishment on a child and justify it as disciplining the child. Every child deserves to have a safe environment that allows them to thrive. A child is more likely to be abused when corporal punishment is involved. Thank you.